Hello, I'm going to show you around Assassin's Creed Origins. This isn't a review or anything in particular, just taking a look at a variety of features and just talking about it. I've played all of the main Assassin's Creed games to completion. This would be the 8th entry, I believe. And it is quite a bit different in the sense that you are now kind of more or less playing a role-playing game. It's hard to define role-playing games today because a lot of action games, a lot of shooters, they have elements where you upgrade your character. But this game, there's a lot you can't do unless you level up as far as missions, simply because if there's combat involved, you're not going to survive. So that has changed the game quite a bit. It's hard to say if that's for the better, because you're forced to do a lot of side quests whether you want to or not. Now, before I get to all that, you can see I'm standing on one of the synchronization points. Just like the other Assassin's Creed games, you climb, not necessarily towers. This was the Lighthouse of Alexandria. Some are just short buildings, but you know, they're all synchronization points, and then you dive off either into water or bales of hay or something like that. So this is Bayek, the protagonist, and his eagle Senu. The eagle is really a great feature. You can switch and control the eagle whenever you want. So I'll do that right now. And then you can fly around. Now the eagle has a purpose. It can tag a lot of items and people. So on most missions, the game will tell you to switch to Senu and find your target. And there's a hover mode. I know it's unrealistic for an eagle to just stop in place, but that's how you basically go to a spot and just hover. I'll hold down, and then you can look around. There's not much out here where I am right now. You can find something in the distance. The cursor will start lighting up. There's something to tag. There I can see that materials are being transported. Like that, which I've already tagged as a treasure, so Senu can do that. That out there is a shop you can go to purchase items, crafting materials, and you can see blacksmiths in the distance. Another fast travel point. So all these places, you can see the pyramids way out there, but all these places that are fast travel points that are the synchronization points. So you synchronize a location and it becomes a fast travel point. And there's a lot of them. There's 58 in all, which I think is a bit too many myself, but this is a really big map. So it's not unusual, I guess, to have that many, but I think they could have done with 1 or 2 per area. Some of these points, you can see a few from here, they really seem closer than they need to be. There's one there, there's one right over back there, of course there's the one where I'm standing. So I think there's really way more than you need. The eagle cannot fly inside of buildings. There's a limit to how low it can go. That's the limit right there. It's a really nice looking game. I think the boats are cool to look at too. There are large boats that sit in the harbor, and you can usually have. There's one over there. Sometimes they have missions on them. It's not really, I guess, a mission, but there's a lot of areas where you can enter, and basically you're given location objectives, typically to assassinate 1 or 2 people and loot a chest or 2. And those get you experience, so that's one way to start leveling up. Like that over there is probably one of them. And that blue skull you see there, or turquoise, that's another player that died. Now it's not a multiplayer game, but you see things in your world that happen in other people's games, that being one thing. And another is their photos that they take in photo mode, other people. Like these these skulls you can go to and avenge the person's death. Most likely there's a high level guy or someone that was too high level for them. Or perhaps even in the water there could have been a crocodile that got them. So let me show you photo mode really quick. A lot of games have this. So you just switch it on by clicking the sticks, and there's a number of things you can do. You can tilt the camera, put on filters. And there's quite a few of them. See, this one looks decent. I think I'll leave the lighthouse in the photo. Maybe just the top of it, center on the sinew here. And take the photo, and it saves it to your game, and I guess other people can see it too. I don't know how it decides that, because I'm going to go to the map, and here's where you can see other people's photos. The white boxes, there's one right here, and you can hide it, you can say you like it, you can look at it, full screen. Just an average photo of the lighthouse. But so these are where the photos were taken. They're all over the place. They'll be all over your map. You can look at your own as well. I've only taken a few, mostly around the pyramids. And I don't know who any of these people are. These aren't players I know. So I guess it's just random whose photos pop up in your game. I don't know that any of mine have been liked. I don't think they have last time I checked, so I don't know if anybody's seen them. Or maybe they're just not very good. So anyway, this is the map, and it's quite large. Some of these areas that are dark are ones I haven't stepped foot in, whereas where you see the landmass, that's where I've been. Alexandria is the second place you'll go, and you're basically teleported there in cinematics. That's why, because I started way over here. Siwa is the starting area, but I didn't actually walk to Alexandria. The game just advances you there from when you decide to leave Siwa as part of the story. There you can see a whole bunch of fast travel points all in a row. See, like I said, there's really way too many. But this map's quite large, very large. I mean, I don't know how it compares to Ghost Recon, is it Wildlands? But that map was gigantic. This one feels really big, but maybe not quite that big. But this one's at least got a number of places and feels more alive, whereas Ghost Recon was mostly, trees with a few villages. So big isn't always better, but I think it's a really nice game to explore. The only thing is I'll keep coming back to it, is the levels. So let me take you to the quests here. Now these are all my quests. I only have one main quest right now. They sort them on the sidebar here. And I only have to be level 25. I just hit level 27. So I can easily do this quest. But sometimes you'll get main story quests that are higher level than you. And while you can try them, it depends how much combat there is and really how stealthy you can be. Because in a one-on-one battle against a guy that's much higher level, you're probably not going to do too well. Typically 2 hits will end you. You can see I've come across a number of quests that are way above me. Well, that right there is an event that just popped up this week. But these other quests, I don't know where I acquired them, but they're in areas where I've gone as I follow the main story, because I really haven't gone too far outside of that. And they're much higher level, so I guess they'll expect you to keep coming back to areas you've been to complete the quest for those people. Because I simply don't think I can do these right now. I mean, not all of them will have combat, so you don't really know. Maybe they're possible to complete. So then events, this is like I said, this just popped up. Unfortunately, they want you to be level 40, so I mean, you have a week to do it. There's 5 more days left. If I played a lot, I'm sure I could get high enough level to try it. But it would have been nice if they just made the events equal to the level you're currently at. But I guess it's just a global thing and they set everybody to the same bar. And so if you just were to buy the game today, you couldn't do this event. You'd have to grind quite a bit. I'm not positive how much I've played. I don't know if the game tracks time or not. But and you get a level somewhat quick. It just depends how many side quests you want to do. Now here's what I've done. I've done a total of 43. And they start you off low, of course. And they just go on up, but yeah, you're gonna have to do a lot of side quests whether you want to or not. I guess it would have been nice if I could sort completed main quests. I'm not sure how many of these were the main quests and how many side ones I've done, but I would guess at least more than half are side quests. Okay, another thing with this game, of course, because you're leveling, your weapons are also different levels, and there's a lot of them. So you start with one ranged and one melee slot. I haven't bothered to unlock a second range slot yet. You can, and it's all under abilities, which I'll show you after this. So my light bow, I just leveled it when I was 26. I decided to upgrade it. I think it was level 16. You can use low level weapons. It's not a big deal. They just do less damage, so it'll take you a few more hits. There's different types of bows. There's far more than this. Well, at least a few more. You only see the categories when you're carrying a bow of that type. Blue are common, purple are rare, and yellow are legendary. The light bow is kind of a rapid fire bow, and it says right there, rapid fire in the description. Has a high rate of fire. What I like though is that this bow always has arrows lit on fire, which is nice, and you can light your own arrows on fire. You always have a torch, but it's convenient to have them automatically lit on fire because it's a really useful type of attack. So the melee weapons, I ended up, mostly because of the path I was taking on the ability tree, unlocking a second slot just a couple levels ago. Now I'm playing the deluxe edition, and it came with a few different things, including this weapon here, the Fang. It's a good weapon. I haven't bothered to upgrade it though, but it's a really nice starter weapon because it has bleeding on hit and poison on hit. I've been using these dual swords, and in fact I upgraded them. So when you upgrade an item, it automatically, you're paying for it to upgrade to the level you are currently at. So you can't just say upgrade, 3 levels or 5 levels. You have to do whatever level you're at. So these Stormblades I got when they were level 7, and I didn't bother upgrading them until I reached level 25. I want to say that upgraded them 90 more damage, but I was getting by just fine. These are really fast attacks. That's why I like to use dual swords. Generally, most games that let you dual wield, I tend to do it. This Eye of Apep was also included in the deluxe edition. I haven't really used it much. I haven't bothered with heavy weapons just because it's a really slow attack, and I don't like that. It's useful against guys with shields, but yeah, I don't like slow attacks, so I tend not to use those kind of weapons. I'm carrying quite a few right now. I usually will dismantle blue weapons. I think it's better than selling them because you need a lot of crafting materials, and the price you get for these common weapons is usually not as good as the materials you'll get. So I'll dismantle this one here, and I got +2 bronze, +2 cedar wood. probably, yeah, like I expected, you get the same for each type of spear. You'll get different materials depending on the weapon. So that one I got 4 bronze. I usually sell the rare ones. And you get so many weapons, so you're gonna sell or dismantle most of them. I mean, there's no reason to carry too many weapons unless you really like to have one of each type. I have a spear in the second slot just because I think they're useful. I'll still stick to my dual swords most of the time, but if you're surrounded by a lot of enemies, it can be a pain, so something like the spear, you can hit them all, help clear out a crowd. Especially, I found it most useful surrounded by hyenas, because they're easy to take down as long as there's not a ton, but when you have a ton around you, they can take you out. And so it's convenient to be able to hit them all and get them to back off. Now shields, yeah, I don't pay much attention to the shields. The deluxe edition came with this one, snakes on a shield. I have all the items that came with the deluxe edition because you cannot sell them or dismantle them, so they'll always be in your inventory. And down here are the items you craft. Well, you start with the items, but then you craft them to upgrade them. So, you know, you can constantly craft upgrades to your bracer to get more melee damage, or to the breastplate to get more health. This one I haven't even bothered to upgrade. It increases your tool capacity. I'm only carrying sleep darts right now. So these little white notches on the side are how many times I've upgraded it. Then you got range damage, arrow capacity, and hidden blade damage. The hidden blade works similar to the other Assassin's Creed games. You only get one. I think it was, yeah, okay, I don't really remember which Assassin's Creed it was. Some of them have dual blades, where you could, that would allow you to attack, you know, assassinate 2 guys near each other at once. But this only has one. I don't know if they'll give you a second. I doubt it. It took a little while to get this hidden blade. You don't start the game with it. Okay, outfits. There's a lot of them. You can buy most of them. Desert Cobra is another deluxe edition item. It's primarily what I keep. I really haven't switched to other outfits other than to look at them. The only negative is you can't see his face. You know, his facial hair, his beard, if you're into customizing a bit. He does start the game with a lot of hair, but he shaves it off in the story. But there's a way to get it back. It's just most of these outfits cover his head and some of them cover his face, so you won't see it much. I purchased all these blue outfits. They're just 200 of the in-game currency. They do sell rare outfits as well. The other legendary I got as part of the main story, I believe. It was in a quest, just for defeating a guy in combat. It was part of a celebration somewhere. And mounts is another thing. This Fangs mount came with the deluxe edition. I haven't come across anything better. Fidget I just purchased so I'd have something else to show you, because I haven't had any other mounts. I sold the starter mount right away. And Fidget's a camel, so it's a little different. Fangs is a horse. Alright, down at the bottom you can just see various stats. It's like an RPG, different damage types, your health. And over here, you see on a few of the screens, Layla. That is the modern day character. So there's still a place you can go when you exit the Animus. I'll show you that at the end of the video. And the ability tree, that's the main thing. It makes it also like an RPG, is that there's a lot here. I'm kind of all over the place, mostly because I didn't know what to go for at the start, but I decided to try to tame animals, which is this one over here. You can take it a few different ways. You can go to get there. Like you could go, you know, up and around, or cut through there. This cursor's bouncing all over, but I went down and around. mostly because I just wanted the discounts. These down here involve buying and selling. Sleep darts I had to get because you need it to tame an animal. You have to put the animal to sleep and then tame it. Now, I wouldn't recommend going straight for this. It's not that useful. It's, you know, everyone likes having a pet. And of course you have the eagle. The eagle needs to be upgraded though if you want it to attack people. It'll distract some enemies while you're in combat once you get that ability. The taming lets you tame animals just that are around in the environment. I've tamed lions, hyenas, crocodiles, hippos. So they're good at, you know, they'll fight alongside you, help you when you have a lot of guys to fight. They probably won't live very long, especially if you're fighting high level guys, but it also depends on the level of the animal. However, the taming does wear off, so after a while, if they do survive, it'll wear off and they'll attack you. So best to keep an eye on that. Most animals you can take one-on-one as long as the levels aren't too bad. But when you get surrounded by a bunch, it can be tough. So there are basically a few different paths. You know, the one over here is meant kind of for ranged, and up here for melee. The one I would recommend going for first is chain assassination, because this is your best way to take out two enemies at once. So if there's two near each other, you can get them both. You know, if you're trying to be stealthy, you have to be in stealth to assassinate. But also, if you're assassinating one guy up close, someone else spots you, you have a second to pull off the chain assassination. So that's really useful. Of course, anything with the eagle is useful. Right now, I was working my way up to warrior, which, you know, I just leveled up yesterday and I haven't used my point, so I will put it here. I was just putting one in each just for no particular reason. It only upgrades 1% of whatever damage. So over here is Senu's perception. This increases his range, or her range. I think it's a female eagle. For every time you do a synchronization point, like I said, there's 58. I've done 19. So there's a lot of content. Some of it's busy work. Maybe a lot of it's busy work. I think the game's fun though, so I don't mind so much. There's no reason to rush through the game, you know. Alright, I will now show you the gameplay. There's targets you can see over there, but I won't show you that as part of the story. It's not really much of a spoiler. In this store you can see in the upper corner, that's to spend real money, so I haven't bothered to look at it because I have no interest in purchasing anything. Alright, so with the eagle, sometimes you can instantaneously go back to buy it. I'll push up. It may be a load sequence, let's see. I think it depends either how long you stay as the eagle, or how far you go, or just how much stuff is in the area. Sometimes it's instantaneous, sometimes it has to load a bit. Alright, so I'm going to jump off here. It's quite a drop. And somebody saw me. It's okay now. I'm probably going to do some fast traveling. And when I do that, I'll edit the video just so I'll pop up in and out of certain spots because there's nothing really out here. Show you a good look at the lighthouse. You can see on the bottom of the screen there's the life meter. Now it went away since I got out of combat. And there's an adrenaline meter above it. So you build adrenaline when you fight, and then you can unleash a more powerful move. Generally it tackles a guy. Yeah, there's someone on a horse, someone on a camel. The world feels alive all around, which is what I like in open world games. Alright, let me call my mount just to show it to you. You whistle and it automatically appears. Well, this is the mount known as Fangs. Supposedly it strikes fear in the enemies. I don't really know. I can't tell. Maybe they're more likely to retreat.
Welcome. Can I help
Alright,
you?
so here, I gotta refill my sleep dart so I can show you taming if I find something to tame. I'll show you an upgrade. And they can be somewhat expensive. At one point I had around 25,000 coins, but I've spent some on upgrades. Probably just, yeah, I'll upgrade this since I can't get rid of it anyway. The item that came with the deluxe edition. So, upgrades me to level 27 since that's where I am. It is a good sword, I've been sticking to this, so maybe I'll switch to that at some point. Okay, off to the Hippodrome. So, good fast travel. Doesn't take too long to get to things, but I'm going to edit the video anyway, and I'm just going to jump over there. So you also don't have to sit through the load times. Alright, so here's the Hippodrome. This is the third set of races out of 4. So the difficulty increases a bit with each. So I may not do very well. And I won the first 2, but I don't even really remember. I've done this in a while. A lot of the buttons do, but yeah, I'll just go with it. Doesn't matter if I get knocked out. Yeah, I'm gonna take that turn very well. Plus, you're in a group of people that is very bad. You do build up speed. Gotta find the button. Yeah, I'll stop. Looking for the button. I think it uses the speed boost. I'm gonna forget what it was. I'm gonna ram into this, so I'm not paying attention. Oh, there we go. Just the X button. So that's this boost bar there. Oh, that guy's falling off. They have been smashing. I think they lost their driver. If you coast behind someone, your boost comes back faster. Really the key is taking turns good. I'm not really doing such a great job up here. You just get, you know, like a point. There's a point scale based on where you finish each race, and there's a set of races. Oh, I don't know, I'm making things like that. Oh, I never saw that before. I'm really bad. I've said in a number of videos that I do for my other channel that I'm terrible at playing games where I'm talking. But I'm not. Yeah, I'm biased, so I'm there at the bottom 0 points. But I'm not playing necessarily to win, I'm just playing to show the game. I'll do one more and then I'll just forfeit and go to something else. Try to do better here though. Tell you what you're supposed to do. So the turns are the key. I figured that one good finally. Oh, someone just ran me into that. And I bumped that one too. doing okay. The problem is you take damage. If you take too much damage, then the race will be over. But they did not turn well, those horses. And I'm gonna smash into that. And you really get bumped around good when people hit you. Hard to keep control. That's still not doing as well as I would have liked. I must have been doing something right to win the other race as well enough to win on points. I am way back again. I'm not sure if you can buy better chariots or just always have the same one. Yeah, this is disappointing. They kind of say the same things, the announcer, with every race. Okay, another 5th place. That stinks. That's not quite over. I can't do that. There's also gladiator combat, but I haven't gotten to that yet. Alright, I'm gonna get out of here. So this guy, oh, he's actually a kid. He has a daily quest. So it's real time, so every day you play the game you can do one quest for him.
Cursed beasts take on village after village, and they cry in fear. But you are not scared, are you, Magi? Deal with these beasts, Magi.
Bayek is a Magi. I don't know what the official definition is, but he's basically like a protector. Fights for the people. Alright, so when you do quests for this guy, you usually get an item. Typically always the reward. So let's see. On the other side of the water, a boat would be nice. You swim for a while, a guy usually shows up and lets you borrow his boat. I'll just grab the one over here.
I should be cautious around here.
Soldiers. Alright. We'll show you combat here in a second when I get to my quest. Just didn't want to spend too much time just fighting random guys. You know, all these boats, once you use the boost, move quite quickly, even if they don't have a sail. It's like a hippo's attacking. And I'm kind of stuck right here. Pain to fight. Well, you can fight him in the water. It's not too bad. Alright, so this is the quest right here. I guess I will be fighting animals. Crocodiles. These are fairly low level. I can show you. Alright, here's the adrenaline move. I'll switch to the spear to show you that. I have an ability where I auto loot when I get a melee kill. That's why there's nothing to loot right now. And that was the whole quest. Very easy quest. I would like to show something more interesting. Probably the easiest quest that guy's ever given me. Well, you can look around here. I would have tamed them, but I needed to kill them for the quest. I don't think I can tame in the water, just because... I think you need to be on land. I'm not positive. But it's also tough to tame when there's multiple animals in the area, because you get interrupted if they hit you while you're trying to tame one. This game, the character does seem to climb much smoother. Still sometimes grab things you don't want him to, but he moves quite quickly.
Well done, Magi. Promise, this is for you.
Got a legendary. Life poison on hit and bleeding on hit. Quite similar to the Fang weapon that Deluxe Edition came with. His other box he has is like loot crates. Yeah, it's kind of a big deal lately in the game news. You can buy this chest for 3,000 and get a random weapon, but I don't really think you need to. You get so many weapons. Constantly getting new weapons. Alright, so let me find something else to show. Not sure what this is. A goldfish stone circle. Okay, so these are located all around the game, these stone circles. They're kind of a bit about exploring, I guess, Bayek's past with his son. It's just lining up a constellation. So they're not difficult, but if it takes a while to find it, the game will point you in the right direction.
Hey, have you talked to this girl you like?
I didn't say I liked
So
her.
this is just replaying a conversation he had with his son
We were friends, but she's
at
being
some point in the
strange
past.
and avoiding me.
Maybe because she likes you too. We often do not say what we mean. It will come to you in bursts.
Why would she avoid me if she likes me?
This is something your mother should explain. I am better with the stars. The goatfish, called
Like
Capricornus by the Greeks.
You see there are
The
ones
god
I've
has the
already
head of a ram and the body of a fish.
lined up at some other
You
circle.
see? Even the gods do not always make sense.
Is that it? I think so. Now on a coastline I fast traveled again. I'm going to try to tame this crocodile. First I need to switch on to the darts. Alright, we'll go to sleep rather quick. It's quite simple really. This is a level 28, which is a pretty good level. I'm only 27. And it'll follow you around as you tame them. I said earlier, the taming does wear off. Gotta be careful because he is strong. See if I could find some soldiers to fight. Don't know if I'm near anything. Let's see. It's a bad guy here. Oh. They're just villagers. Yeah, there's probably nothing out here to fight right now. I can't even show him fighting with me, but it doesn't matter so much. Oh, there's cobras. Here, get the cobra. Wow, the cobra's kicking its butt. The cobra won. Oh, that's pretty sad. Cobras are easy to kill as long as you see them. I will loot my tamed animal, it's no longer tamed. Nope, here comes Senu to kill another cobra. Thank you. I'm on top of a pyramid now. This is a fast travel point. You can see the lighthouse that I started the video on, way out in the distance. Pyramids a little angled, you can't just run up them, you have to still grab ledges. You can kind of see those lines down the sides, that's what you have to use to pull yourself up. You can run down the side of them. You gotta kind of stick to the edges, or else they'll just keep grabbing those ledges on the way down. Like I did right there. Alright. Yeah, he's gonna grab another one. There's too many ledges here. You can find a side without very many. You can slide down the whole thing. But I'm stuck in the middle of all these things. I see a lot of pyramids in the area. Some in Giza. I wanted to run down it, but geez, I cannot get him to let go. He just keeps grabbing them. He's climbing on his own. I'm not pressing any buttons. I am leaning on the stick though. He climbs very quick. Alright, there's a nice smooth area. Try to jump over them. And I grab the last one. Let's go. Okay, so there's not a lot at the pyramids themselves. I think I mentioned already, and it's hard to know because I'm cutting between a bunch of different points in multiple videos, is that each one has an ability point inside once you find a tablet. I've already gotten, I believe, all of them in this area. I'll just show you a peek inside though. Where am I going? Thought maybe there's a door here, but maybe there's not. No, this one's blocked. Each pyramid has a doorway, but finding which side of the pyramid is on might take a minute. So they're never at the very bottom, there's usually a few steps up. Yeah, this one might be over here. You can stay on the mount. It's a lot safer and easier to kill certain enemies. Yeah, here's the entrance. usually just pretty much a cramped area to go explore. A lot of tunnels, some hidden entrances. It'll open up into larger rooms, especially down at the bottom. This one, I believe right through here is actually a large room. Since there's that hole there. There's a fight you'll come here for in this pyramid. It's one of the main enemies you have to fight. This is quite a large pyramid, because if you don't go through that, there's a lot to the other direction. But there's not much in the pyramids themselves, at least the ones I've been in. Sometimes there's cobras, but usually they're empty. So this is I don't want to spoil too much. I mean, there's not, it's just an area. I won't click on the item there, but you can click on something here, and it's one of those, I don't know how to explain it. They have a certain name, but it's advanced technology basically from that other race. It's essentially from the future, and it talks a lot, so I won't click on it. Yeah, most pyramids aren't this big inside, but some just have larger rooms, but not gigantic ceilings like that. So that was a secret door, I believe, that I'd already pushed open. Usually they have like the scarab beetles crawling around them, so you can they help you find them. So before you open them, you'll see bugs crawling around the area. And so they don't bore you with climbing, I'm gonna jump somewhere else again. Now I'm heading to just a little area to fight some guys. I don't think it's a big fort.
Is heavily guarded.
That's a hideout. Thought I should show some more combat. It's probably in a cave. I'm not seeing much out here. Yeah, he's guarding an entrance. Yeah, level 26, so they're around my level. I guess they're inside the edges of the mountain here. There's a few entryways, it looks like. There's people to rescue as well. There's a treasure to loot. And there it is. And I'm sure there's more guards than what I found, but okay, it looks like there's a few entrances. Well, that guy's running. What the heck is he doing?
Hey, hold on.
Oh, he don't. I had the sleep dart equipped. Oh, here comes another guy. There. I don't know what he's doing. Maybe the guards just walk around. I don't know why these guys are running. I don't know. No, that didn't work. I tried to assassinate, but
Hey, what?
alright, on him. They didn't let you assassinate when he was climbing the ladder, so there's only a second there to try it. And I loot everything, you don't really need to. They're waking up. I was hoping to get in there before they did. You can usually assassinate around corners. And that's all you need to do to get the area, just loot stuff. That's what a lot of the areas are like for these little hideouts and fortresses. I'm gonna go fight somebody just so you can see some action rather than just assassinations. Alright, so you can free these people, so sometimes find locked up in these places.
Hey, what? Blessed am I for your presence. Thank you.
I think somebody saw me as well. Not sure who. It flickered as if someone was going to attack. I don't know.
Hey, what?
There you go. Did he just kill the guy I rescued? I don't yeah. Yeah, these swords, they're really fast. Because these guys are about the same level as me, it's fairly simple. He might have been a level lower. Somebody getting attacked down here. I don't know if I can get there fast enough. It's a bandit attack. Try to help them out. Although I guess one's just a guard, so they're both kind of enemies. Wasn't a townsperson. A lot of animals too. The ram that just ran by you can get. You can loot usually. Well, maybe because these guys are part of like they're part of someone's caravan, I guess I should leave them alone. Then you can find them out in the wild. I'm gonna try shooting a bird. The birds will come down and attack. At least certain types of birds do. That was a vulture. So that's about it. I'm gonna exit the Animus now. You can see what's out there. It's not a whole lot. This is Layla exiting the Animus. You can see it's quite different. The character can put themselves into the Animus, so they don't even need anyone else here, and she is on her own. It also beeps incessantly. I don't know if there's a way to keep it from doing that, but it is annoying. And she is wearing, you can kind of tell there, like a Bluetooth type headset. So she's talking to someone who's off site. It'll just pop on from time to time when you click on things. So the main thing out here is her laptop. There's a lot of information on it. A lot of text files to read. Audio to listen to. Emails to check out. There's a lot of stuff here if you're into that. I haven't read too much. The exclamation points indicate I haven't clicked on them yet. It's just a document showing a genetic sequencer. You can see Desmond Miles has files here too. If you haven't played Assassin's Creed, that's pretty much the major modern day character you play as for quite a few entries in the series. And that person down here is who she's connected to through her headset. Oh, the game's pulled me out a few times. There was one little thing to find. I don't know if there'll be more later. I would think so. But otherwise, there's not a lot here. There's objects laying around you can click on. Doesn't say much though. You're in a cave system. You can look outside, but again, there's nothing really there. You'll just run into an invisible wall if you just start running out here. So that's not really a large area to explore, but she's in the same place Bayek's at, essentially, so you are exploring this map just in a different time period. So yeah, there's not much for her to do. It's just a cave system. It does the same climbing Bayek can do. So I'm not going to really show you anything else. I don't know, minor spoiler. I guess if I go look what was down there, what I found before. But, so I'm going to end it here. So, thanks for watching.